We saw that adding more assets or making portfolio, we can reduce risk a lot, right? And here, diversification and portfolio risk, adding more assets into your portfolio, you're going to see your risk will be reduced a lot. So number of stocks in portfolio, and this is portfolio risk, adding more number of, okay, maybe 2 stocks, 4, on and on. If you add more and more here, then your risk will go down. But the risk can never go down to 0. So you're going to stay surrounded here. So we call whatever this disappeared risk, okay, or the one you can reduce, that we call unique risk, diversified risk, unsystematic risk. And some risk remain, doesn't matter how many assets you add around here, it keep there, stay there, that we call market risk, systematic risk, non-diversified risk. That's something you cannot avoid. That belongs to market. So that we have 2 different risks, okay? Through diversifying, you can reduce risk. However, always there are some risk that we call systematic risk or market risk. So let's just summarize. Total risk, we have 2, systematic and unsystematic, or market risk and diversifiable risk. Non-diversifiable, diversifiable. Adding together, that's a total risk. So this first one, systematic risk or market risk, that's something like inflation, interest rate, that affects whole market. So as a single company or you cannot control. Unsystematic or company unique, asset specific, this belongs to maybe your company, that's diversifiable. Something like a strike of a company's union. Personally, I saw several years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, the Elbasan did a strike. At that time, company risk is very high. However, that's not market risk or systematic one. That's company specific risk was high at that time. Then after those union strike over, then the grocery industry shouldn't have much high market risk, so it goes down. So anyway, you have to, your job is you have to reduce the diversifiable part. Another way, in your portfolio, you should have only non-diversifiable risk or market risk. What this means, if you carry something here, something diversifiable risk, if you have some diversifiable risk in your portfolio, what this means, you didn't do your homework. Another way, you didn't diversify. What you can do is simply with the money, you can spread out with adding more different assets. If you have $100 million, instead of buying just one Apple stock, okay, you add Apple, Google, Lowe's, okay, and some other area. You combine across industry, you add more stocks into your portfolio with the same $100 million. So it's not asking you pay more, but with the same money, you can add more assets. Then you can reduce those who are diversifiable risk, and you have only market risk in your portfolio. So the true risk, assuming investors are smart, including us, okay, we could diversify well, then the risk we have is just systematic risk. After we diversify all diversifiable one, then the leftover is systematic or market risk. So this market risk amount is important for our return calculation. So how we measure that market risk? That's the beta. Beta, that's how much systematic or market risk a particular asset has compared to an average market. So beta measures specific assets, systematic risk part or market risk part compared to average risk. And the formula is correlation or covariance over market variance. That means compared to the whole market volatility, how your specific asset J moves. Okay, we don't do exercise or calculation. We'll do investment course, but this one by concept, okay, conceptually, the beta or systematic risk of specific asset, here J, it can be A, it can be B. One asset's beta or one asset's systematic risk portion is the relative size compared to market risk. So we use market risk as 1. Any asset beta is higher than 1. That means it's riskier than average market. If any asset, any company stock beta looks like 0.3, then the company's stock up and down is much less than the whole market. Or that company's stock is safer than market. Again, safer doesn't mean you make more money or more profit. That's just what less risk means, less return up and down or volatility. So the beta is the measurement of market risk in a specific asset. Or you can use this beta as a portfolio beta. Specific portfolio you can construct, and then the portfolio beta is higher than 1. That means your portfolio return will be more up or downswing than market. If your portfolio beta is less than 1, then if market goes up, your portfolio goes a little less. Market goes down, then you are not going down that much. And security market line, SML line, that's the relation between one side beta, the true risk, market risk, the other side return. The relation between return and market risk, or beta. That's what we call security market line, or SML. So if you look at here, okay, beta for M is market beta. If you take market risk, beta is risk, right? Then you'll get market return. That's expected return of M means market. Beta for market, this is return for market. So if you take market risk, another way, you invest in market index, such as S&P 500 index fund, then you will get average market return. If you invest instead stock J, J has higher risk than market, then your return J will be higher than market. If you take no risk, or beta is 0 here, okay, let's put here 0. If beta, up there, if beta is 0, we can make exactly, just delete that. If beta is 0 here, then your return is risk-free. Beta 0 means risk is 0. Risk-free, then you can get risk-free return. Remember the previous slide, the 8-1, risk-free rate, that's what? Treasury bill rate, okay? At that time, we used the 4%, right? So taking no risk, that means you purchase risk-free asset, then you will get certain return, but that return is from what? No risk investment, beta equals 0. Since this is one line, single line, from your middle school, whatever course, in a single line, the slope means run and rise, right? Run and rise. And this run and rise, in single line, there should be only one slope. That means this guy, this market beta and market return up to here. The run is from 0 to beta M. That's beta M bottom. The rise is what? From the whole thing here, okay, the whole here, we have to subtract risk-free. So ERM minus RF. The rise is this, okay, this. See here, this part. That's the whole one. That's ERM. Okay, if this is 10, then the 10 minus if this is 4, 10 minus 4. Okay, this guy is ERM minus RF. That's the slope. And another slope in the same line, this guy. That's from 0 to beta j. So beta j. And then the rise, the red part here, rise is, the whole one is ERJ from 0 to here, ERJ, and we have to subtract RF. So ERJ minus RF, that's the rise part. Run is beta j, rise here is ERJ minus RF. So this is one slope, this is another slope, but in a single line, the two slopes should be equal. So this is market guy slope. This is stock J slope. So the two slopes should be equal. Then multiply both sides beta j to cancel out denominator beta j, and then arrange in terms of ERJ, moving this guy to the other side. Then we have this formula. This one we call capital asset pricing model. The derivation of formula is not tough, right? Just follow the step by step. So this capital asset pricing model, ERJ is risk-free plus beta j times ERM minus RF. So inside here, take a look at here, ERJ minus RF. Here, ERJ minus RF. Another way, taking market beta, or 1. Market beta is 1, right? Taking market risk, how much additional return you can get, that's what we call risk premium, taking more risk. No risk here, but you take this much risk. So taking more risk, you have this much additional return, that's risk premium. But specifically, this one is from market. So we call this as market risk premium, ERM minus RF. Or this part we call market risk premium. Or inside the equation, this one is market risk premium, and we multiply specific assets risk or beta, and then we add risk-free. So what ERJ, this means, this guy is this one, this portion plus risk premium. Okay, that's the formula does. So any securities expected return has two parts. Risk-free rate, RF, plus second part, whole part is risk premium for this stock J or asset J. Okay, and the slope is the amount of return per unit risk. Let's apply here. Not huge, okay. Portfolio or stock A has beta 1.5. That's higher than market, right? And portfolio or stock B, either single stock or portfolio you can apply, has beta 0.5. It's much safer than market. If ERM, market return is 9, risk-free is 3. That means in this market risk premium is what? 9 minus 3. Taking no risk, you get 3. Taking risk, market risk, you get 9. How much more? 6 more. So market risk premium is 6% in here. So look at the number. Easily you can fill in here, okay? Risk-free as given 3% here. And market return given as 9%. And beta for B is 0.5, less than 1. Beta market is 1, okay? And the 1.5 is beta A, or stock J beta, or portfolio A beta. Then here, 3% is the same for everybody in the same line. But if you take 1 beta or market beta, you'll get 3 plus 6, or 6 more, ended up 9. So simple math. For 1, you have 6 more. If we have 2, then 6 times 2 are 12 more, right? This 1.5 more, that means 6 plus another half, that's what? 9. Okay? So that's, we have 6 plus 3, that's 9. If we have 0.5, half of them, then 6 is for 1, half of them is 3. So 3 plus 3, it should be 6. And 3 plus 9, it should be what? 12. By using formula, we can see that. Okay, ERM, market return, that's risk-free, 3%. And market beta is 1, the formula. ERM minus RF, we have what? 6. 9.3 is 6, right? Then 9% as answer. For asset B, smaller one, 3 plus beta B is 0.5. And inside here, 6. Market risk premium is the same for everybody, right? For 1, 6%. For half of 6 is what? 3. Then answer is 6. 1.5. For 1, 9 minus 3 is 6. For each one, you get 6, but 1.5 means 9. That we have 12% as ERA. That's how we can get the answer. Okay, now we have got those numbers. Easily we can get using the formula. And capital market efficiency. Price behavior in efficient market. That means market is very efficient. Another way, if any information comes in, then price will be adjusted very quickly and fully. Another way, taking profit without much effort is not possible if market is efficient. So anytime market is efficient, that means what we call arbitrage opportunity. That means financial free lunch, sell high, buy low, without additional cost is very rare. Okay. And if current market is 5%, another way, we're going to see only a single line here. If a market is efficient, then we don't see 2, 3 different lines in a single market. In a single market, we'll see just only one single line. That means the ending answer is totally depends on what? The size of this risk. Taking more risk, more return. Less risk, less return, right? Less risk, less return. More risk, more return. In single line. That's market is efficient case. So using the formula, we can answer. If a market return is 5, that means ERM is 5. Risk-free is 2. Yes, RF is 2. So 5 minus 2, right? And then Ajusa Corporation, beta is 1.5. Beta is here, beta Ajusa Corporation 1.5. And 2% is risk-free, 2% risk-free. So risk-free is 2, plus you'll get additional 4.5. Okay, additional 4.5% as risk premium, then you're going to end up 6.5 as answer how much you should earn if you invest in Ajusa Corporation. Next one is a portfolio beta. Constructing 3 asset portfolio, asset A, B, C, you combine. Out of total money you have, 30% of money in A, half of them in B, 20% money in C, you combined. And each stock has different beta. Among 3, A is riskiest, okay, most risk one, and B is most safe one, C is in the middle. So combining the 3, then we can get portfolio beta. Portfolio beta, 30% in 1.4. That means what? Asset A or stock A. Half in B, the other 20% in C. Combining, we have 1.06. So after combining the 3, your portfolio beta looks like a little over market. It's a little less than 1.1, right? 1.06. So your risk is little over market. So probably from your portfolio, if a market enjoys up, then your enjoy is a little more. If a market suffers, then you will suffer a little more than market. That's your portfolio characteristic. And this page gives you an idea about estimation of beta, but I'm not asking during question or midterm final. Actually, it's a final. So I'm not asking anything from here, but this is for additional knowledge. And you have another file, 8-3, that also for additional information or beyond this course. So that's also for your own knowledge. I'm not asking any question from that file. Okay, finally, yeah, everybody, thanks for your hard works. hard. You did work hard, and you can enjoy now the final exam. After that, enjoy your rest. Okay. Have a wonderful break in Jesus after end of this week. Good luck.